Hi, my name is Linda Lynch. I am the Thrift Director here at Mennonite Central Committee, Ontario. So I support our staff of about 60 people and approximately 1,600 volunteers. And we had the opportunity to go to Uganda, where some of the profits from our thrift shops help fund the programs there. And so we got to see firsthand how those funds are transforming lives.
Hi, my name is Debbie Sertsima, and I'm the General Manager at the MCC Thrift and Gift Shop in Elmira. We have approximately 140 volunteers, and I too would want to make sure that we share the information about how our profits and forwardings from the shop go to help programs around the world.
In Uganda, MCC works with 12 local partners, and those partners are focused on peace building, health, and food security and sustainable livelihoods. There's also education in there.
The programs that we were able to visit while we were on the learning tour included an AIDS education group for youth. The other one was called SLAP, which was Strengthening Livelihoods and Peace Building Project. The third one was called Thrive, and it was Transforming Household Resources for Improved Vitality and Empowerment, which was a climate change, adaptation, and food security program.
These local partners are tackling urgent community needs right where they live. One of these is the Age Education Group, and they are operating in a region which has a high teenage pregnancy rate, and they are working and focused on maternal health and child health. And they're supporting young mothers and those who are pregnant, as well as supportive males in their lives. And they could be fathers, brothers, and cousins. So they're there to support them, to educate them on child needs. Another one of the programs that we visited were helping young people with their livelihoods, but also peace building. So these young people are trained in peace building and how to resolve conflicts. And they're sent out into the community to help others resolve conflicts in their own homes. And the last project that we visited was on farming and sustainable livelihoods. So we met 15 core farmers who then taught 7 other farmers how to farm in specific ways that include climate adaptation, and as they deal with the various elements and how the climate is changing. And one of the things that we were asked to help with was just the torrential rains, how they come and flood the fields, and yet the rest of the year it can be very dry. So just recognizing how much climate change has affected farming in that area.
There were specific moments that we found as we were there that just touched our hearts. And we recognized the difference of what's going on in that community. And things were done locally, and then it's almost like it spanned out in circles, locally to the neighborhood, to the community, but the focus ended up being on the full community rather than independent persons.
One thing that really shone through for me in the learning tour was just the passion. We were traveling with a group of thrift-focused folks from across Canada, and the passion that they shared in their own shops and how excited they were to take back these stories to their volunteers. And then the passion of the MCC Uganda staff, just the day-to-day work that they put in to try and make a difference in their own country. The partners, meeting with them and them sharing passionately just the impact that they've been able to have on their own communities as they face day-to-day challenges that just are not part of our everyday life. And then the passion of the participants, the joy and smiles and just the accomplishments that they were able to share with us. It really demonstrated how passionate of a community and an organization we really are.
One of the other independent moments that I really realized and appreciated hearing about were the different styles of farming that they were using. There were so many different ways that they were working to assume food security, and the way that they were farming, again, for the community, not just for themselves, not just for their family, but the community. But they were using so many different types and styles of farming to preserve water, to care for the food that they were bringing. It was just really quite inspiring.
This experience has deepened my commitment to MCC and the work that we do in MCC Thrift. Meeting the people whose lives are directly impacted by the proceeds of what we do every day in the shops has given me a fresh perspective on how important our work really is here in Thrift. I now carry the stories of people who were brave enough changed enough and excited enough to share the impact that the programs that they were involved with that we helped support, their stories and how we've been able to support them across the world in ways that we would never imagine. I hope to be able to capture the passion of their stories, to help share with staff and volunteers, and hopefully motivate them and inspire them to know that they are truly making a difference in the lives of others.
How does this affect my work at MCC? It really helps to inspire me to understand once again how important the work at Thrift is, because every dollar that we can help save or forward to MCC for the projects is very valuable to the projects overseas. It helps us to understand that we are not one, we are not alone, we are part of a larger household, a larger neighborhood, a larger community of people who share life together. For me, there were many parts that I keep and hold in my heart. There was a gentleman who wanted to help teach others, teach young men about AIDS education. It's the fact that the community farms together and is willing to work together and give one another help when they need it, even if that means providing an acre of land that then they can help teach someone instead of just giving them money. There was a story of an acre of farmland being given away and then the fellow farmer helped them. And then there were other things that we thought about that were about the amount of travel that the individuals would have to do once they farmed if they wanted to sell their crops in the capital, Kampala. There were so many stories that we heard every day that were very important and just will stay in my heart.
Yeah, the learning tour for me was an eye-opening experience. Witnessing the joy and enthusiasm from the participants, despite the hardships that they face every day. It really reaffirmed for me the work that we do is so important in Thrift, and a small change has huge impact in day-to-day lives of people in Uganda. And I was so proud that I was able to share about Thrift and about our volunteers and what people do here in Canada to help support them in Uganda. And Anna, one of the participants, a farmer in one of the programs, was shocked that people across the globe would work every day to help support them in their community. She thought money just came from kind of a central bank or something like that. She had no idea people were putting in their own time and efforts to support them, and she was really humbled by that. And I was humbled by the stories that they shared with us. Just recognizing that these people do have a hard life. Day-to-day necessities is a priority for them. But it also, I reflected on it, and we sometimes overcomplicate our life. To them, community and family are very important, and they are living outside and engaging a lot more than we do here in Canada. We're a little more insular, and so it was a good lesson for me to reach out more often. And that's what we do at MCC, reach out to those in our community through Thrift, providing low-cost goods, but also then we are able to impact the lives of these wonderful people in Uganda. And yeah, it was an experience that will live with me forever.